Hello Giants fans, welcome to Giants Baseball 101. I'm Gabe Vaughn, your host. I would say the only announcement for today is that, I moved this to the morning, for the last few days. We're going to go back to the normal schedule now. The Giants lost to the White Sox 7-3, and of course there had to be some confusion about the stupid new MLB rules. I just can't see any justification for those crazy rules. It's just they've changed the pitching up and everything. It's just not cool at all. So the Giants lose 7-3 to the White Sox. Logan Webb had another pretty bad game today, and last start against the Yankees, I was hoping that his 12 strikeouts proved that he was better than his 4 runs allowed seemed to indicate. I was hoping that showed he was going to be better, but evidently it hasn't. He just had issues again today, and it's probably tough adjusting to those new rules and the pitch clock and everything. I'd expect that some pitchers are going to be having trouble with that, and that really stinks. I just don't see the purpose of these rules. They've got to go. If you thought the 3 batter minimum rule was bad, and it is, that's not even being removed. But now we have the pitch clock and this rule that the pitcher has to make eye contact with the batter before he can start pitching. I don't know who thought of that. I don't know where that one came from, but it is baloney. I just don't understand it. Baseball's getting crazy. I'm not happy about that at all. But anyway, that's probably distracting from the point. Webb, he didn't have it today, and I really did expect him to be better than in his first start against the Yankees this season. But he's having trouble adjusting to different hitters' approaches. That could just be an issue of having to settle in this year. Baseball does come down to very specific strategy between pitchers and hitters, and Webb did have some trouble adjusting to a new lineup, and I honestly expected the Giants to have a pretty good chance at sweeping the White Sox, but they didn't do it. So but yeah, Webb is having his problems, and it seems to mainly be a strategy thing, and some of that is location too, with his pitches. Command. He still, I think he's carrying in a lot of his strengths from spring training, and they're just gonna have to be more. It's just gonna have to be more productive. But I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Logan Webb. I think he just needs to get ahead in counts and then be able to throw his best pitches, and being just on top in the whole strategy battle against the hitters. So I think the thing with Webb, I am trying to be optimistic here, but I think the thing with Webb is that he needs to get the strategy part of it together. He needs to make some adjustments. I don't think it's that his arm is not working anymore. I think it's that at this point Webb just needs to make some adjustments to his game so he can really dial in there against these hitters, and with having to rush with pitch clock and all that, I would say that is probably the thing for Webb, and he probably expected to be better against the White Sox than he was against the Yankees, and he might have used the same approach, and I think that the hitters were kind of adjusting to things, and they might have surprised him a little bit. I didn't really read the report too extensively, but that seems to be a part of the issue here. So I think Webb just needs to make some adjustments so that he always has his way of getting hitters out, and he can, force the hitter to adjust to his game and not the other way around. I would say that's the thing here. The Giants did score 3 runs today. J.D. Davis hit a home run. It's good to see some diverse power coming from the Giants, like not just 2 or 3 guys doing it, but it's good to see all throughout the lineup, just kind of having some diverse power. I think that's what's really going to help the Giants. But, offensively, they had some chances to get runs home, and they just didn't do it. And they were getting on base today, and it would have taken a lot. Even 6 runs, that wouldn't have matched up to the White Sox 7 runs, but Giants were just getting on base and not capitalizing it. Jock Peterson struck out with the bases loaded in the 7th inning. Then in the 9th inning, he hit an RBI double with 2 outs and 2 runners on base. So, I'm not saying he's not a performer in big situations, but it's just I think that the Giants can have some issues with stranding runners sometimes, and they've got to have power, when it matters. And they were really good. By contrast, they were really good that day when they scored 12 runs against the White Sox. That was that yesterday, or was that, I'm sorry, I guess that was the day before, yeah. So, they need to take this series. If they can win tomorrow, they'll have their first one series of the year, I think, against the White Sox and the Royals, especially with the Dodgers coming up. And I'm not disparaging the Giants in their series against the Dodgers. I think the offense, their ability now to bring runs on the board, I think that's going to be very valuable, and maybe they can at least be a competitor against the Dodgers and not just get slaughtered like they did last year. But still, I think with tough competition coming up, I'd just be relieved if they win both these series against the White Sox and the Royals. There are just a few things that they really need to go right. Thank you for watching. This has been Giants Baseball 101. Please subscribe if you haven't. Also, please leave your comments and questions in the comment section at the bottom, and I'll see you next time on Giants Baseball 101.